Welcome to Besiege Bots, the real home of robotic combat in Besiege. In this episode, we begin the beetleweight bracket redemption round and find 4 more members of our top 16. In our opening match, we have Team Locrian, who are the SBC 2019 lightweight champions, taking on a mammoth opponent who is making full use of their shredded weight bonus. In our main event, we have the runners-up from Beetleweight Bash 2019, Team Mistakes Were Made, taking on the runners-up from SBC 2019's middleweight bracket, Team 10-0. Arena Hazard surprised many of the other teams in its rumble by putting up a strong performance in a close match where they lost to balls deep. In this fight, they will look to use their size to bully around their much smaller opponent and take a decision victory. Disgust put up a solid showing in its rumble, but ultimately lost out on a judge's decision to Mutant. In this fight, they have a behemoth of an opponent and will look to score a KO to show they are still a contender for the crown. We're underway with our first fight here in episode 6, as Disgust takes on Arena Hazard. Disgust, probably the favorite in this one, but Arena Hazard had a pretty good showing in its rumble, being able to control its opponents pretty well, but did show weakness in that it was quite slow getting around the arena, so if Disgust can get to the sides and attack those treads, it might be able to break them and render Arena Hazard immobile, but you can see attacking from the front is just riding up that wedge. Oh, looks like Arena Hazard lost a flying block there. That's gonna not help their traction. Just gonna cause them to kind of lose a bit of effective weight. You can see them bouncing around a bit more. Disgust actually getting Arena Hazard pinned into the corner weirdly. But then it rides up the wedge there and bounces itself off the arena wall. Do have to be careful there, they don't want to explode. So Arena Hazard tries to get away, but it keeps driving onto the rotating plate and has a lot of trouble getting off it because it's so slow. As Disgust continues to attack, Arena Hazard gets the wedge in play there. Not the best driving so far from Arena Hazard, to be honest. A much worse performance than they were showing in the Rumble. They're really having trouble getting anywhere, and Disgust actually kind of controlling them. Which is not the narrative I would have expected going into this fight, but Disgust doing a good job trying to get behind there, but got caught up on that flying block that broke off of Arena Hazard earlier. Good hit on the treads there, but didn't manage to break them. Arena Hazard back on the rotating play. They need to just leave this side of the arena, and I don't know why they aren't. This is just very poor tactical driving from Arena Hazard so far. Ooh! As the spinner hooks in behind Arena Hazard's wedge and throws them both around the arena there. Arena Hazard is starting to bounce Disgust back, but it's really not getting aggression points because Disgust is the one charging at it basically the entire time, landing weapon hits. And there it rode up the wedge and actually got a bit of a hit as Disgust flips itself over by trying to drive without the weapon spun up. Manages to self-right though. Now Arena Hazard's in a better part of the arena for it, in my opinion. It's further away from the rotating plate, but it's getting smacked back across that way. Good driving so far from Team Locrian, who were definitely disappointed to lose their Rumble, especially to Mutant, which nobody really thought would win that Rumble. Definitely thought it would be one of the undercutters, but they both ended up losing wheels that put them at a severe disadvantage in the control category. So I think a hinge or something got ripped out of Arena Hazard on that hit. So the chassis may be compromised somewhat. Yeah, it seems the hinges from that front part that hold the wedge on may have been broken on the left side. Or the right side, excuse me. Down to the last 30 seconds now as Disgust throws itself over near the pit corner. They definitely want to avoid that. Arena Hazard really hasn't gotten a whole lot going in this fight, to be honest. It's really been pushed around by Disgust. and Disgust has landed some damage. We'll see if they can break that side of the wedge off of Arena Hazard. Excuse me there, I had a bit of a voice stumble. And Arena Hazard, it's time. I think Disgust's gonna win that pretty decisively. Yeah, even winning on control, which is the one category you definitely wouldn't think it would win on. 26-19 for Disgust. Disgust moves into the round of 16, and Arena Hazard is sadly eliminated from Summer Slammathon. Flip McGee was doing a solid job of driving in its rumble before being thrown Uda by the powerful Incinerator. In this fight, they'll look to get control over their opponent and use their flipper to attempt to win by pit or Uda KO. Maykr had an unfortunate time in its rumble, losing its weapon in the early stages and ultimately losing by KO. This time they'll be trying to show what their spinner can do against a less volatile opponent and make their way further into the tournament. Now we're underway with fight number 2, as we see Flip McGee taking on Maykr. Nice little flip there from Flip McGee, kind of missed on it, but did a good job getting underneath the front of Maykr without taking a hit. But there they take a hit. Nice flip there. Ooh, that was a big one. Maker's a pretty light bot, so if Flip McGee can get under without taking a shot directly to that top part from the weapon, they can definitely get some flips like that. They can probably get an Udo with that kind of height if they line it up right, or even a pit KO potentially. Maykr, ooh, that was a nice one. Throwing them over towards the ramp. Ooh, they went for the Udo, but not quite. Maykr bounces itself back down. Good hit there from Maykr. Having a lot of trouble getting its weapon to actually hit Flip McGee. The blade's on the front a bit too long. Ooh, and another near Uda from Flip McGee as Maykr is bouncing around. Yeah, just really having a lot of trouble getting that spinner in play. There was a good hit though. Maybe should have considered a setup with shorter feeder wedges on the front. Or stabilizing wedges. Could have helped it, but unfortunately they didn't make one, so they're in a lot of trouble here. But Flip McGee's flipper is fairly weak. It is very susceptible to getting broken if it takes a direct hit to the back part from Maykr. So that's what Maker's going to have to try and do here with that Astro Robotics. They're going to need to try and get around behind Flip McGee. They were close there. They turned the weapon off as they hit the wall. They almost send themselves over the wall. They're bouncing around on their head, possibly trying to self-right. And they're just kind of bouncing around. They bounce on top of Flip McGee there. They turned the weapon off finally, and they threw themselves into the pit. Unfortunate ending to what was a pretty decent fight before that, but Flip McGee moves on to the round of 16, scoring the win by pit KO, and Maykr is eliminated from Summer Slammathon. HPB was showing off the power of their spinner in their preliminary match before ultimately losing by throwing themselves out of the arena. In this match, they will look to avoid the careless driving that led to that outcome and let their powerful weapon do the talking. Splatter lost the decision in its rumble after struggling to make their weapon a factor in the fight. In this match, they have an opponent who should be much easier for them to hit and would like to show that they too have a powerful weapon that should be feared as they move forward in this competition. And they get underway in fight number 3 of episode 6. We have one of our rookie teams, Team Pain Squared, taking on HPB from Team 110%. And Ooh, Splatter gets both of its wheels taken off in that hit. But HPB looks unstable. I'm not sure if something happened to it. They're not spinning up the weapon, really. They spun up there, and they end up ripping their own leg off, but that hit threw Splatter pretty high. Oh, Splatter went over the wall. Splatter's been ooted, and because HPB is still in the arena with a semi-mobile piece, HPB moves on to the round of 16 by Uda, and Splatter is eliminated from Summer Slammathon. Brown Recluse had a somewhat lackluster performance in their Rumble, ultimately losing a decision to Got Plate. In this fight, they will try to show off the driving skill that led Team 10-0 to be such a formidable contender in past tournaments. Stance Attack Jr. was performing well in its Rumble before being thrown clean over the high wall by Incinerator. Beetleweight Bash's runner-up will be looking to prove their doubters wrong and show what made them perform so well last year in what promises to be a fun matchup of driving skill. Now we're on the way with the main event for episode 6. As we see two former tournament runners-up, one the actual bot that was a runner-up with Stance Attack Jr., but Team 10-0 the runners-up from SBC 2019's middleweight bracket, with one of their other spider-themed bots, Arctic Wolf Spider, I believe? They have a lot of spider-themed bots, and some of them have similar names. I believe it was Arctic Wolf Spider, though. Stance Attack doing really well early on. The mini-bot coming in MVP, actually, has high-centered Brown Recluse like 3 or 4 times, allowing Stance Attack to get flips. This is some really good work from Team Mistakes Were Made. We always talk about how good they are with these cluster bots or like mini-bot reliant bots, and they do well in the lower weight classes especially. Though the tables have turned was a heavyweight bot from them that did very well and was a cluster bot, winning the best driver award all the way back in Heavyweight Havoc 2018. Good push there from Brown Recluse, doing a better job at wedging when it lifts the actual lifter up before attempting to wedge. Would actually out-wedge the mini-bot there for a second, but Stance Attack quickly moves in and gets the flip. As the mini-bot, yeah, it just keeps juggling Brown Recluse just a little bit. Even when it's not getting all the way under, it's getting a little bit under the wheels, and then the wedges were stuck together there. But they managed to get them free. Good flip from Stance Attack, and Brown Recluse lands on top of the mini-bot. This is some excellent driving from the mini-bot driver so far. They've been all over Brown Recluse. They've gotten in the way a little bit, but Stance Attack almost flips its own mini-bot, which they definitely don't want, because the mini-bot can't move while upside down, so it would have to take time to re-flip the mini-bot. Oh, they almost got Brown Recluse kind of stuck up on its own wedge there. That was quite good. It's a good push from Stance Attack. Brown Recluse has been just off-kilter the whole fight. Stance Attack backing up to stay underneath Brown Recluse there. Smart driving. Oh, Brown Recluse kind of misses on a turn there, oversteers, possibly due to the rotating plate. Ooh, nice flip from Stance Attack, but ends up flipping itself over too. Gonna need to self-right. Brown Recluse wants to attack while Stance Attack was flipped, but the mini-bot was just keeping it from getting over to the main bot of Stance Attack. We're into the final minute here. It's been a pretty dominant affair, but that was a nice flip from Brown Recluse. That'll score them some control points back their way. It doesn't really look like any damage has been done. Maybe if they can flip the mini-bot and keep Stance Attack away from it, they'll get some points on damage for KOing the mini-bot. But at the moment, it's looking like it's going to be a tough fight for Team 10-0 to try and win. Stance Attack getting caught up in the ramrods there. But Brown Recluse is flipped upside down, and the mini-bot's just pestering it. You can't actually do anything, interestingly, when Brown Recluse is upside down because it rides too high. But we're down the last 10 seconds. The Minibot goes flying through the air on a flip from stance attack, I believe. Stance attack gets one last flip in. That's going to be time. We'll see how the judges saw it, but I think it's pretty clear. A 29-16 with a 13-2 in control for Stance Attack Jr. Excellent driving from them. They move on to the round of 16. Gonna hope to try and make the finals again. But Brown Recluse is eliminated from Summer Slammathon. That's it for this episode. Our 4 bots heading into the round of 16 are Disgust 3, Flip McGee, HPB, and Stance Attack Jr. Sadly, we also have to say goodbye to Arena Hazard, Maykr, Splatter, and Brown Recluse. In the next episode, we complete the Super Heavyweight Bracket Redemption round. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, and consider subscribing. If you're interested in joining our community, follow the Discord link in the description. From everyone in the Besiege Bots Discord, have a fantastic day, and we'll see you soon.